What up? It's your girl Kaep, the sports chick. Thanks so much for checking me out. So, Colin Kaepernick has made the final 53-man roster for the San Francisco 49ers. Not a surprise to me, basically because when he decided to sit out the national anthem and protest racial injustice in America, I knew it would bring attention. I mean, we're talking about it right now. I've talked about it on the website and on YouTube and various other social media outlets before, and we're here still talking about it 2 and 3 weeks later after the fact. So I'm not surprised he was added to the roster. I'm not surprised that he is on the 49ers. I'm not surprised that he is not the starting cornerback. But the plot is starting to thicken with this story. Obviously, it's a polarizing topic. There's a lot of support for him. There's also a lot of disregard and a lot of people who do not agree with the statement. One of them, in a different way, who doesn't disagree is Rodney Harrison, who has made comments about how Colin Kaepernick is not black enough to understand racial injustice in America. Rodney Harrison goes on to say that Colin Kaepernick does not know what it's like to walk into a Foot Locker with maybe $2,000 or $3,000 cash in your pocket and then still get racially profiled because you're black. Just a side note, Colin Kaepernick is biracial, but he was adopted by white parents and grew up in a white household, but he still has black friends. He still went to college where he is a Kappa, which is a predominantly black fraternity. And he's also black. I don't care if you're biracial, you're mixed with black and something else, you're black and whatever the other race is. I myself am biracial. I'm black and white, and I totally empathize with the situation, and I don't care what you say. I'm black. My dad is black. My mom is white, and I am white. And just the fact that Colin Kaepernick is biracial doesn't mean that just because he's biracial doesn't mean he can empathize with a situation and want to do something to change it. That's like saying robbery is wrong, but since you haven't been robbed, you can't say that it's wrong. We all know that's wrong. We all know that racial injustice is wrong. We know that racial stereotyping is wrong. We all know that anything having to do with being a racist is wrong. We know that. So when Rodney Harrison said that, it creates a racial stereotype not well spoken about, which is you being black, us being biracial, and still thinking that that's not enough. Being half black is not being black enough, or not being black, which has been told to me before because of my hair, my skin color, the fact that I'm half white. So eventually, well, actually, now I won't even begin to say eventually. Right away, he apologized on Twitter and said that he didn't mean to offend anybody. He didn't mean to offend anybody, and that he's sorry. But what he doesn't realize is that he doesn't know the story. He doesn't know his facts. Colin Kaepernick has been racially profiled. Even if I didn't know the facts, he's black. He's black. So he can have. I'm not saying that because he's black, he's been racially profiled. I'm saying that because he's black, he has the potential to be racially profiled. He doesn't look traditionally white. He doesn't look traditionally Asian or look traditionally Hispanic. He looks traditionally black or biracial. So there's that. And then there are other people speaking up on the fact that they disagree with Rodney Harrison's statement, kind of like Sage Steele. Now, she's a NBA analyst on ESPN and ABC. She usually sits behind the desk at NBA shoot-around. You've seen her. She's got curly hair just like me, and she's also biracial. And she did not agree with Rodney Harrison's statements at all. If you want to check Sage Steele out on Twitter alongside with me, because I made comments as well at Chick Knows Sports, we both basically disagreed with the statement and said that just because we're biracial, it doesn't mean that we can't empathize with the situation. We may not have gone through it, but we believe that it's wrong, and we can exercise our rights to believe that. So, like I said, the plot thickens, and it's situations like that it's situations like what Colin Kaepernick did that brings out either the best or the worst in people. And so now that he's on the 53-man roster, like I said, it's a polarizing situation. However, Colin Kaepernick has sold the most jerseys. He's the top selling jersey right now. If you go to the 49ers website, it's all there. And he has sold more jerseys in the last 2 weeks than he has in the last 8 months. And again, he's number one in sales. So something's happening here. And the 49ers, frankly, would be stupid to get rid of him right now. If they would have dropped him, it would have been stupid. But I could totally have seen him being a Cowboy or a Bronco at this very moment, not Mark Sanchez, who is now apparently going to be a Cowboy. But that's a whole other story. So this is not going to go away. There will always be racial injustice in America. But my question is now that Colin Kaepernick has brought this to our attention, he wanted to bring attention to the situation, I feel like I'm kind of here twiddling my thumbs saying, okay, well, what do I do next? What do we do next? Because I can't begin to tell you what that is. Now, if somebody out there has a plan, now, like I said, racial injustice is always going to exist. Racism will always exist. It will. Now, if somebody has an idea on how to alleviate this situation, or at least create some type of system or an idea that might get the ball rolling on something, I'm open to that. And I hope Colin Kaepernick is too, because I would hate to think that he brought all this attention with no plan. It's like, okay, so now we have all this attention. Now what? What do we do now? I hope it's not going to be like the situation when that gentleman was shot in New Orleans. Gentleman in the car with his girlfriend and baby who was shot by a police officer, and also the riots that were happening in Dallas. I hope that all that does not, I hope that Colin Kaepernick's situation does not get overshadowed by something like Pokemon Go, because that's essentially what happened. Now the season starts in less than a week, and this may get overshadowed again, but if Colin Kaepernick continues to sit out, he's taking a stand. And so hopefully something comes of it, and it's not just a passing story at the end of this season when we talk about the stories that in September, late August, there was a time when Colin Kaepernick took a stand and wore socks with pigs with police caps on. Hopefully that's not the case. But I want to know what you have to say about it. You can reach me at Kaep, the Sports Chick. It's my hub. Everything is there, including all my social links that you see below. And check me out on social media as well. But let me know what you have to say.